Gearheads and garage philosophers, welcome back to Friends with Benefits, Car Club, the only car news show where sarcasm is standard, and opinions come with 0 horsepower but plenty of torque. Today's episode is packed tighter than a Cybertruck's panel gaps. We've got a senator in New York trying to cancel Tesla like it just tweeted something problematic. Again, Dodge Charger EV production just got ghosted before its big debut. There's a rare Tomaso Hypercar that looks like it time traveled from a Bond villain's garage. GM is throwing glitter on the Hummer EV again, and someone finally asked the public, hey, do y'all even want EVs? Also, Toyota is back with a new TRD Pro color because apparently we were all losing sleep over that. And Infiniti's QX60 is trying to be sporty. Bless its heart. And that's just the surface. Let's buckle up and dive in. Oh, the tangled web of automotive commerce and political maneuvering. This isn't just about a simple bill. It's a potential showdown between a legacy dealership model clinging to its turf and a disruptor who dared to sell directly to consumers. You see, for decades, the way you bought the car involved trekking down to your local dealership, enduring hours of negotiation that felt more like a hostage situation, and ultimately driving away, wondering if you'd just been fleeced. Tesla, in its infinite Silicon Valley wisdom and perhaps a touch of arrogance, decided to bypass this whole song and dance with its own showrooms. Now, this New York senator, likely with the hearty encouragement and possibly campaign contributions from established auto dealer associations, wants to slam the brakes on this direct-to-consumer approach. The argument, thinly veiled in the guise of consumer protection and fair competition, often boils down to preserving the traditional dealership model. Dealers argue they provide valuable services like local inventory, service centers, and that personal touch, which often feels like high-pressure sales tactics. Tesla argues its model offers transparent pricing and a streamlined experience. The potential fallout? If this bill passes, New Yorkers might find themselves unable to walk into a sleek Tesla store and learn about the vehicles firsthand. Instead, they'd likely have to order online and potentially deal with the very intermediaries Tesla sought to avoid. It's a classic case of old guard versus new kid on the block, and the popcorn is definitely warranted. We'll be here, sipping our lukewarm coffee and placing bets on who throws the first metaphorical punch. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below. Just when it felt like Dodge was all in on the electric future, they suddenly hit the brakes on the 2026 Charger RT EV. Officially, it's due to adjustments in production timing, which sounds like PR speak for something went sideways. Maybe they tripped a fuse trying to make it louder than a Hellcat. Who knows? Either way, this delay throws a wrench in the EV hype machine. Is it coming back stronger, or is this one of those let's quietly shelve it and pretend it never happened moments? What do you think? Major setback or just a pit stop? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're dying to hear your take on this one. Prepare to feast your eyes on automotive artistry that most of us can only dream of experiencing firsthand. The Tomaso P72 isn't just a car, it's a rolling testament to the beauty of design and the sheer audacity of creating something so exclusive. It makes a Bugatti look like a mass-market hatchback. This hypercar, with its flowing lines and retro-inspired aesthetic, seems to have been sculpted by the wind itself. The ultra-rare part isn't just marketing fluff. We're talking about a production run likely in the single or low double digits. The price tag? If you have to ask, you definitely can't afford it. This is the kind of vehicle that graces the covers of glossy magazines, hangs as posters in the bedrooms of teenage car enthusiasts, and maybe a few adults who haven't quite grown up, and exists as a digital rendering on the screens of those who spend their days curating exotic car collections they'll never physically touch. It serves as a reminder that while the automotive world is increasingly focused on practicality and efficiency, there's still a place for pure, unadulterated automotive fantasy. We can only sigh, zoom in on the photos until the pixels blur, and maybe start a GoFundMe campaign. Don't actually do that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another hypercar for the 1%ers to hoard, and you're probably right, but look at this thing. The Tomaso P72 isn't just transportation, it's rolling sculpture, automotive poetry in carbon fiber and curves. Personally, I haven't felt this smitten with a car since the first time I laid eyes on a Pagani Zonda. That's right, I said it. This isn't just a car, it's an experience, a statement, a middle finger to practicality wrapped in the most gorgeous sheet metal imaginable. We'll be dedicating an entire video to drooling over every exquisite detail of this masterpiece. So consider this just a tantalizing appetizer. But seriously, can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that cars like this still exist? In a world increasingly obsessed with electric efficiency and autonomous boredom, the P72 is a glorious reminder that sometimes, just sometimes, pure, unadulterated automotive passion wins. Now, try not to sell your kidneys just yet. We've got more news to get through. Let's talk about making a statement, a very large, very electrified statement. The 2026 Hummer EV is apparently getting a shot of adrenaline. Not that its current output felt particularly anemic. We're talking about a vehicle that already laughs in the face of physics and parallel parking, and now GM wants to dial it up to 11. More power likely translates to even more neck-snapping acceleration, which is great for bragging rights at the charging station, if such a thing exists. The more tech aspect is almost a given in today's automotive landscape. Expect even bigger screens, more complex driver assistance systems that will probably argue with you about your lane choices, and perhaps even the ability to order pizza directly from the dashboard. But the real pièce de resistance here is the addition of special editions. This is where the marketing wizards get to flex their creative muscles, dreaming up names and appearance packages that will convince a select few to pay even more for a Hummer EV that's slightly different. Will we see a Desert Fox edition with extra sand resistant cup holders? A concrete jungle variant with curb climbing mode cranked to the max? The possibilities are as endless as the Hummer EV's turning radius. Ultimately, this move underscores GM's commitment to carving out a niche in the premium electric truck segment, appealing to those who want to combine environmental consciousness, sort of, with the undeniable presence of a vehicle that could probably star in its own monster truck rally. We'll be watching to see if they add a fits in my garage special edition that would truly be groundbreaking. The quest to understand what you, the potential car buyer, really think about electric vehicles continues. These surveys are like peering into a crystal ball made of spreadsheets and demographic data, trying to predict the future of transportation. One week, the headlines scream about soaring EV adoption rates. The next, they're filled with concerns about slowing demand. The truth, as always, is likely a tangled web of factors. Price remains a significant hurdle for many, as the initial cost of an EV can still be higher than comparable gasoline-powered cars. Range anxiety, the fear of running out of charge in the middle of nowhere, or worse, on the way to a crucial appointment, still lingers in the minds of some consumers. And let's not forget the charging infrastructure. While it's improving, finding a reliable and fast charger on a road trip can still feel like searching for a mythical creature. On the flip side, the allure of lower running costs, goodbye, expensive gasoline, quieter operation, and the environmental benefits, depending on your electricity source of course, are strong motivators for others. These surveys often delve into demographics, revealing which age groups, income brackets, and geographical locations are most enthusiastic or resistant to the EV revolution. They might also explore preferences for different types of EVs, from compact city cars to hulking SUVs. Ultimately, these studies are vital for automakers as they plan their future product lineups and investments. They're trying to answer the fundamental question, are we on the cusp of an electric future, or will gasoline-powered cars continue to dominate for years to come? The answer, much like the perfect driving song, is probably somewhere in between. In the high-stakes world of automotive innovation, sometimes the most significant news is a new paint option. Yes, Toyota, the masters of reliability and subtle evolution, are gracing their rugged TRD Pro lineup with a fresh hue for the discerning off-road enthusiast. Now, while the rest of the industry is buzzing about electric powertrains and autonomous driving, Toyota is focusing on the truly crucial element, making sure your off-road rig looks just a tad different from your neighbors. What could this groundbreaking color be? Perhaps a deep, earthy tone that screams, I commune with nature, but also enjoy air conditioning. Maybe a vibrant, eye-catching shade that says, I'm adventurous, but also want to be easily spotted if I get stuck in the mud? Or could it be a sophisticated metallic that whispers, I tackle tough terrain with a touch of class? The possibilities are, well, they're a color. While we might poke a bit of fun, let's be honest, for the dedicated fans of the TRD Pro models, this new color is probably a big deal. It's a chance to personalize their already capable truck and stand out slightly from the crowd. Plus, a fresh coat of paint is arguably less likely to have software glitches than some of the cutting-edge tech we see in other vehicles. So, kudos to Toyota for focusing on the fundamentals. We eagerly await the official reveal of this game-changing color, and we'll be sure to offer our expert opinion on whether it truly elevates the off-road experience. Spoiler alert, it probably just makes it look different. Infiniti, oh Infiniti, the brand that often feels like it's perpetually in search of its true calling. For 2026, their 3-row QX60 SUV is getting a sport, trim, and a rejigged sound system. Let's unpack this. The term sport applied to a vehicle designed primarily for hauling families and their associated paraphernalia often raises a skeptical eyebrow. We envision slightly firmer suspension that will make those speed bumps feel just a little more jarring, perhaps some aggressively styled but ultimately non-functional body cladding, and maybe even some red stitching on the interior to really drive home the sporty vibe. Will it suddenly handle like a nimble sports sedan? Almost certainly not, but it might offer a slightly more engaging driving experience, which, let's be honest, isn't a high bar for most 3-row SUVs. The updated sound system, on the other hand, is a feature we can all appreciate, because what better way to drown out the bickering of your passengers on a long road trip than with crystal clear audio? Whether it's a premium brand upgrade or just a minor tweak remains to be seen, but a good sound system can definitely elevate the overall driving experience, even if the vehicle itself isn't setting any lap records. Ultimately, these updates suggest that Infiniti is trying to inject a bit more excitement and premium feel into the QX60, aiming to appeal to buyers who want a touch of flair with their family-friendly practicality. Whether it will be enough to truly stand out in a crowded segment remains the million-dollar question. We'll be waiting for the reviews to see if this sporty QX60 can actually walk the walk, or if it's just wearing athletic shoes with a business suit. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit dislike. We're not fragile, just mildly offended. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Which story shocked you the most? Was it the Dodge Charger EV ghosting us like a bad Tinder date? Or that New York senator trying to evict Tesla like a loud upstairs neighbor? And if you want to catch up on previous episodes, I'll leave them up on the screen for you. Binge responsibly. Seriously, thank you for watching to the end. It means the world to us. Whether you're here for the laughs, the news, or just to hang out, you're part of the Friends with Benefits family. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep driving, and remember, if the car you're driving doesn't make you feel like a superhero, you're driving the wrong one. Friends with Benefits, Car Club, driving off.